Hey everybody, sorry about that. Even though I have Verizon, which is way better than hashtag fuck Comcast, it still has bugs here and there, right? Because the internet can't be perfect. So we're back online. Just give us another minute or two to, I don't know, Wade heard jizz music and you know how it goes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Scott's just the nicest man in the whole wide world.
Yeah,
So
nice. He's from Boston, if that tells you anything.
It's where all the best comedians are from.
Boston?
Yeah. Well, most of the good male comedians come from Boston.
Right, yeah. Fair. I wouldn't know, honestly. I can't pretend to know.
I should say most, but a lot of really big names come from here. Think about Dane Cook back in the day. Yay.
There's this arrow
true.
of Star Wars, and Scott tonight every break is like taking every side path off of it he can possibly find.
I just want to torture Wade.
Bayshra to a low degree.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna be quiet again.
Well, we're picking back up as the two of you, Bato and we'll say Bato and Krasa. When you walk into the starport, Varen's on the ship. Varen's having a conversation, but everybody seems to be chilling in the area. Nobody seems to have left. There's a guy sitting there kind of with his knees up to him, somebody else who's having the other bounty guy who's having a light conversation with him. And on the outside of the ship, you see the Twi'lek girl kind of just looking at things and very much in wonder and awe, and the Zabrak woman who's just kind of taking it all in. With obviously Varen kind of in the middle, just keeping an eye on everybody. The two of you walk in and just walk through, one of the bounty guys walks up to you very quickly and is like, so, do you need us here?
For a moment.
Fine.
Which bounty guy?
Which one? The one that's worth the least.
Oh, the Rhodian.
Yeah.
Or technically the engineer. We have no idea what her value is, but that's fine.
That's true.
In my opinion, she's currently invaluable. So,
also true.
Where did you lock them, in the cargo hold or in the office?
They're outside.
They're
They're
just
not even
outside
in
They're
the
just
ship.
outside milling around outside the
my
ship.
Apologies. I say, we actually want to have conversation. If you could all come with us for a moment.
Whatever. Fine. Then he just kind of huffs his way over. The other guy gets called over. He swears in Rhodian, walks over as well, and eventually everybody gathers.
Okay. So I'm going to lead them immediately over to where the office is, right? Just be like, in here. We will have talk soon.
They all usher in, some of them mumbling again continuously, but they do. Yep, you lock them in, exactly.
Okay.
All 5?
Well, not 5, right? Because one's already been is being tortured to death. And
Well, yeah, all 4?
Rhea's currently with you. So 4 if Rhea's not with you, then yes.
Well, I would have not have wanted you
3
to lock
with Rhea if she's with him.
the forbidden knowledge one, and the Twi'lek probably wouldn't have locked in.
Okay, so just
Oh,
the
you
other
wouldn't have
two.
locked them in? Okay,
Sure.
that's fine.
I probably would have locked the Twi'lek in there too, actually. Unless you have her
I
with
would
you for a
have
reason.
stopped you.
Okay, that's fine. Cool. Cool. Because that's actually somebody I have a different plan for anyways. But go ahead. So we'd come to find you. How do we find you, sir?
Well,
As this is going on, I have gone back to my room to change because I hate what I'm wearing.
So I come to find you. What are you doing, sir?
looking puzzled. The plan with them now.
And you have the 2 ladies with you?
I imagine that they came on and you were, yeah, you probably gave me a look. I imagine we exchanged some kind of look where you were telling me like, I'm gonna lock them in.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we just kind of, and it's okay, cool. So you keep the ladies with you or whatever. And I say, all right, things went very well as we've discussed over comms, yes? And the previous plan. Hello. I suppose time for official greetings between ourselves and Bottle joining us momentarily, and yourselves. My name is Krasa of the Nandur tribe, and you ladies are?
The female Zabrak actually just says, shouldn't you know our names already?
I'm being polite.
And I'm being realistic. The Twi'lek stands forward. Sorry, I almost butchered the thing. The Torthel.
Yep, I had actually said her name beforehand. And
Yeah.
I'll actually extend a hand or whatever is customary to be polite and say, it's a pleasure.
She smiles, and no hard feelings or anything.
I had said beforehand on your prisoner transport that I had interest in one person that was there. That was actually a lie. I had interest in all of you for different reasons. Rhea, you're the one that I was referring to for your information.
She chuckles. As I told him, I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
This is
The
okay.
Force has told me that she is valuable as well.
He
There's
thinks I'm
something-
really cute and wants me to stick around.
I'm sure it is somewhere between one location and the other, but for now, I'm sure you probably have a place you'd like to be that is not here, where you are what's the word I'm looking for? Prison break, fugitive. Perhaps you think of a system that you would like to go to, and we bring you there soon. Yes, and we figure out things along the way.
I'd like to go home.
That is.
Zabrak.
I say, I'm not sure how far, but we look in star map and see if we make possible and soon for you. And then I look
Overhearing this as I'm probably come and change by now. Would I know exactly where that is?
I mean, you've heard of Zabrak. I mean, the species is common.
Yeah. You just gotta look at the map to see where the hell that is. I
I apologize. Their native planet is called Iridonia.
Yeah, Aridonia, yeah.
Native Rim.
I would like to roll a stealth check just to kind of just.
J7 Scott is the coordinate.
I'd like
Yeah.
to be kind of just in the back, kind of like just standing there, kind of against the wall, arms crossed.
You're absolutely welcome to go, and they don't pay much attention to you, and you quietly can just listen in on the conversation.
We're current.
Do you want me to stealth check or
Yeah,
not
feel free. It's
necess-
going to be against a 1 purple, though. It's not going to be very hard.
So, what's the name of their system? Do you know how to spell it?
Iridonia. Iridonia.
I'm not even sure if I wanted Crossa and Varen to know that I'm there,
Sure.
but I just kind of wanted to.
You just listen in.
Unfortunately, it's still not finding what the. I'll find it in a moment. So I'm good. So you're obviously hiding or whatever. So just continuing.
No,
on
no,
then.
no. I've just kind of out of the hallway from where my room is or where I changed. I'm now just kind of against the wall, and just kind of both arms crossed, just listening. So yeah.
Do
Do you want me to give you the link, Scott?
No, I'm just trying to do the calculations, anyways. But it's okay. I got this. So continuing on. So I say to the other one there, else for you, Latorthor, I think is how we say it. We perhaps have use for you. Unless you have a specific place you'd like to be, there is perhaps a good amount of money that could be made for you here.
She lights up when you say that. That sounds fantastic. Listen, as I told him, the whole reason I was arrested, I'm in debt. So if I could pay off that debt before I get caught again, I could fly clean.
How much is this?
A lot of debt. And she smiles. It doesn't really matter.
I nod and say,
That's
What if I told you we starting give you first job for 10,000 credits?
Deal.
Good. Then this brings us to the unfortunate reason
Baron
why...
starts to like, yep, Crossy just giving away our money again.
yeah. As that too, I kind of just be like, wait, that's a lot of my money. What?
Does she looks to you. Are you the captain? To Crossa.
There really is no captain as of yet, but hold on for things like this. This brings us
Baron
to...
like leans back and puts his hands behind his head.
Yeah, I would kind of cough, be like, we follow Varen.
We have unfortunate reason why we brought all 5 of you. You see, the other 2 that were locked up, well, one of them is worth 10,000 credits and the other 20. So, I say we cash them in. You get paid for first, and if you like the way crew works and you do good job between here and there, perhaps you stay on, make money, and keep ship running.
Well, not that I would know at all for any reason whatsoever. But if that's the case and you want to hand them in, then you might want to wait a while so that news of their escape gets out and the bounty goes back up.
I actually will turn to Mr. Falavaren and give him a look to see what he thinks, because I know nothing of these details.
You look to me, or you look to Botto.
Bottom. He said,
You said
Varen.
You
Yeah.
said,
You said we look to Varen. That's why
oh,
I
gotcha.
look to you, because you said that. So now I know you're there.
I would say typically how it goes is people are turned in for money and the bounty goes down. Right now, everybody knows that they're in jail. Word has not gone out that they're not escaped yet. What she's saying is correct. We should hold on to them until their price goes up again. Kind of like mocking it, like explaining how bounties work. To
Yeah,
Krasa.
exactly. Breaking it down for layman's terms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not offended. So it's all good. So I just go.
I would kind of just agree with her, like, what she's saying is not a bad idea. Let's just hold on to them, make them do meaniest chores around the, go clean the fucking toilets. Once we know that their price has gone back up, maybe even a little bit higher since they escaped, then we can cash in.
Again, nod. I'm just like in agreement. I have no reason to even question what you're saying. So I just say, okay, very well.
So she raises her hand.
Which one? The engineer or the knowledge?
The engineer just raises her hand.
That honestly is a strange gesture to me. So I just stare at her.
I think we'd all just stare at her.
Yeah.
After she kind of stands for a while, just kind of slowly goes down. How are you going to convince them to stay with you until their hand-inable?
That is a great question.
Look them up. I start chanting, look them up. Look them up.
There's two choices. They could be locked up, and then I'll start charging my rifle.
Oh, well, I mean, or you could let them go. Third option. It's up in the air, though. You know, I'm a for hire. You know what? And she's like, I'm going to go over there.
As she says, you could let them go and be like, I'm not letting a bounty walk off of this ship.
Noted.
And I would even take a step forward. It's like, that's money. That's resources. You're fucking crazy. And that's kind of the tone I put with her.
Very
I'm not
That's a
imposing
letting-
great
tone.
way to convince these two to want to stick around.
No. Yeah, basically. I'm being
She's-
very intimidating.
She just kind of clears her throat. Noted. So, what should I do?
As she's like backing
Boss?
down, I'll start powering off my rifle.
Bosses, what should I just go? You know what? I'm gonna go get a lay of the land. Is that okay? Do I have permission?
I have something that I want to discuss with you. Has to do with our
right
our-
now.
Yeah, I guess I would take her outside and just show her the guns. I would ask her if she knows anything about weaponry.
Just basics. I can shoot one okay-ish.
No, like the ship's guns.
We don't
Oh.
have guns.
She looks
We
at the
have
ship.
guns, they're non-operational.
When she's like, well, I didn't see any on your ship that were working.
Is there any way that you can try to get them to be fixed?
I can try.
If you
It's
need
not my
tools,
specialty,
if you,
but
if
I try.
you- okay. I wouldn't say anything further.
Is
than
that why you hired me? Was it for the gun?
I would look to Krasa.
Not just
away, didn't
guns,
you?
but good enough.
Okay. I will get to work, bosses.
That's kind of Bato's like main concern right now is now we're gonna
Scott
have a
losing
target
his
on our
shit
head.
About.
Hmm?
Scott is losing his mind.
Just double checking some detail.
I know Bato's very concerned since we have been flying around and we know he knows we have people after us at all points. Now we're taking other people away from this planet if we leave. We still don't have a way to fire like battle combat. Like,
We know where we can
bugs
get
him.
some guns.
yeah, we do.
We do, and it is not very far from here.
I don't know if
Consider-
Krasa wants to return to the town that his whole people were slaughtered to.
You say that, but
They
we actually
weren't
don't know that.
slaughtered.
Yeah, we
We
actually don't know that. And I don't even know if I
True.
questioned that yet. I don't know if I've even questioned that yet. So,
I don't think you know.
I
yet.
don't even
Yeah.
think you know.
No,
yeah,
I
I was
don't
gonna
think
say
so.
I don't.
So I don't know if you would say that in game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. No,
Yeah.
this is just meta. I'm just being a dick.
Okay. So I just wanted to make sure that I reacted correctly. Like, it is not very far. The thing is, Eridonia, that is what you say. I don't know how far that is. I just looked shit up. I don't know how far that is, but it's not too terribly far. And besides, it is always nice for me to see my home world, you know?
Are the repairs done on the ship here?
Mike, we're pretty close to the repairs being done.
You have a few more days left still.
Yeah. There are a few more days, and perhaps we have another person of interest show up between now and then.
When we were back at the nightclub, Krasa asked about what was the codes?
Transponder codes.
We have a guy coming. I would kind of fill Varen in as I don't believe you did. So
Where did you find this guy?
He is contact of Empire, but he very well may be contact and not working for Empire, just like us.
Or he could be exactly who we were trying to avoid having on the ship.
And then we say thank you for house call and have a good day.
we could lock him up too, right, Krasa?
No. Let us not piss off friends.
Is that the end of the conversation then?
Varen's taking like a long pause. But
Yeah.
You can tell he's like trying to come up with something.
That's what I wasn't sure if it was a long pause or.
Yeah, no, it's an intentional long pause.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're in an interesting predicament at the moment with two people locked up, two that we don't know very well, freely roaming around. I have things I would like to do while we're still here that preferably would not involve being interrupted. I may have to trust you two to interact with this transponder code guy, but please keep him out of our computers.
Well, I don't know if you know what transponder code
No, I do
is.
not.
Okay. So when a ship sees other ship, they don't actually necessarily see ship because space is big and far. And anyways, what you pick up is specifically a transponder code. And when you approach a docking place and they're like, what is password to get in, what they see of you first is your transponder code. It's what you transpond. It's a code.
So you're bringing in an affiliate of the Sith Empire to work on our computers, despite intentionally trying to keep...
Not all part of computers, just very specific part. Transponder code.
Can you find a way to lock the files temporarily that we'd found?
Oh yes, this is something in engine room. This does not have to be with all
I don't
the
understand computers, just get it done.
others. Okay, Boomer.
I do not know what a boomer is either.
What species is that?
I did not encounter them.
That species.
Oh.
Botto, I suppose try to help keep an eye on everyone on the ship. And if you need me, please don't.
Please don't need
I
me.
honestly think the time that you have spent inside the cargo bay is probably unhealthy. I think that is where the when we fixed ventilation, it was kind of
Oh wow, what's that?
not worked on in there. So perhaps you should head your way into captain's quarters. For
Oh my
now.
god, what? This is really cool. And then you hear clang, clang, clang in the background. Oh god, no, everything's fine.
I thought this was a competent engineer.
And take your personal belongings in there with you, just in case. There is lock from both sides, and we can have set with separate password.
Are we still talking right in front of the Zabrak?
Yeah. Oh, we're talking in front of whoever's there. Yeah, I'm just saying take
It's
your
just the
personal
Zabrak's
belongings
there because the engineer's getting the lay of the land.
Yep.
Do I'm gonna, my armor is like laying on the ground or laying on the whatever in here, the table. I'm rather than pick it up, I'm gonna use move just to bring it to my own hand. Do you want me to roll the force point?
Yeah, you have to make a roll.
Okay.
Sorry, Hellball.
There. Frustrated by Crossa, I pull
Exactly.
the armor.
Just when you hear like that, got that rumble sound in the background before.
One, it was
snaps up.
to demonstrate to the lady that thinks I'm hitting on her that I actually can use the force. And two, I just want to get my armor, be pieced back together.
Her
and disappear.
eyebrows do raise when she watches that small feat. And
Noticing that Bato's gonna be like magnets. Cool, right?
Before you storm off into darkness alone again, I think for prisoners, perhaps we lock them in medical bay.
The two that you locked in, where did you even lock them? The cargo
you put them in
hold?
the bridge.
No. Well, we don't have a brig, right? So we
Bridge. I thought you put them in the bridge.
No. We put them inside the office. Actually, inside.
Office?
Okay.
Yeah, hold on. Inside this room here. Bam! With like the big chair.
Thank God we get like a visual tour now that you can use the green screen.
Yeah. So I locked them inside this room here, as opposed to the bridge, which would be here, or the common room where we're probably talking, which is here, right? So we're actually be inside. The bridge is where they are. I want to lock them in the medical bay. I don't think I have a picture of the medical bay.
Okay, that's fine.
Whatever you think is necessary, I suppose.
Is that? I think I have a picture of there's a picture of the ship for everybody in Twitch again, just so you guys have it. So we lock them there. And this makes it so we can all keep eye. All right, I think...
Make sure that this engineer is competent and isn't going to mess things up more than they already are. And he'll look to the Zabrak. If you think of anything useful to share with us, we're happy to trade your transportation to freedom for that information.
I think I'll just enjoy not being in shackles for a little while before I worry about my value to you.
Well, let us show you to your bunk. And I do warn you, the Mandalorian does snore.
She pushes herself up and follows you off to where you lead her for her sleeping quarters. Who's gonna deal with the 2 prisoners in the to move them to the medical bay?
Bato.
All right, Bato, you head over to the prisoners. As you open the door,
I think you're muted, Pat.
you
I said,
definitely are muted.
Why am I doing this? Cross put him in there. I'm like, that's Cross's problem.
Dude, I'm getting you money, and you're a Mandalorian. You do your job.
No.
Bounty
No,
boy.
my job is to kill them, not turn them in.
Bounty boy.
Do you go or not, Bato?
No, I'll be after giving him his scolding on how bounties work. I'm gonna say no. We're gonna wait for them to. What do you want me to do? I'd be genuinely extremely confused on what he would want me to do.
Wait, is this out of game? I'm genuinely confused what you can.
No, I'm asking you in game.
Oh, okay. You lock
across
them
a hard time.
inside medical bay because it is the room we need the least.
They're fine in that room.
That room has terminals. Medical bay does not. That room is not meant to be prison. Medical
They
we
should
would
not be
know-
left with our hollow terminal. They should be locked somewhere else. Just make sure the droid isn't locked in with them.
Oh, we
Friggin'
have
just
not talked
totally frustrated with just everything. Fine.
You head over then.
Pulls out both the pistol and the other pistol and just stuns both of them.
Oh,
I must remove
so
him.
you
I
walk.
must remove him.
So you walk over, the door opens, you walk in with both pistols already drawn. The guy like it kind of pushes himself. He's like, fucking finally. And then without even being able to finish a sentence, womp, womp, they get hit with the stun and they just go and drop to the ground.
Yeah.
You grab one ankle of one, the ankle of the other, and you just
No, I
drag them
hurl
on
them
the,
right over my shoulders.
up and
just
over.
Stupid.
The top of their
fucking-
bodies just like on the ground getting dragged, and you see Bato walk out with 2 unconscious bodies dragging with their mouths open.
I'm just totally grumbling. Just
the engineer like is
freaking.
the engineer is like in the area, and she stops for a minute and she just watches as you slowly in like grunting to yourself, mumbling this Mandalorian just dragging these 2 unconscious people.
Freaking.
Well, I'm glad that we were able to expand our crew.
I'll
She
be-
just walks off.
You know where I'll be. At least Bato understands my frustrations of the day.
See you later, Kylo.
Reference that doesn't exist yet.
I don't know. He might actually be the first of the Skywalker line.
It's possible.
It is very possible. I mean,
Is he whiny enough?
he's pretty white. He sulks. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think he's
He
whiny
can
enough.
grow facial hair, and we know that Skywalkers can't grow facial hair till their 50s. So,
You're not wrong.
yeah. So, it's not.
What's the rest of this this night looking like for you all? You just wait until the guy shows
I'm
up for
going
the
back to work
transponder.
on my box.
Yeah, I
They
know you're
can-
going back to work on your box. Don't worry.
With
Yeah,
the
no,
mechanic
these
kinda
two
going
can-
over details. Yeah.
Yep. So she just kind of gets the lay for land. She doesn't really get fixing anything right now. She doesn't know she needs to get a list of supplies and all that other stuff. But she's basically just kind of ingratiate herself into the crew, quote unquote, of this ship. Maybe 3 days pass before there is an eventual you could call it a hail, but a message being sent directly to the ship. Whoever answers it, it's just the starport saying that you have a visitor waiting to come into the landing pad, and if they should allow them through.
Is this while I'm carrying these
No,
No,
jackasses?
this is days later.
Days later? Okay.
The end of the week, where your ship gets all fixed up.
I'll leave this to those guys.
Yep, I'll actually specifically
This is gonna be
say-
cross though, because I'm not answering anything unless I'm.
I actually explicitly go to his thing and ping the door.
I'm like right at the moment, like I think I'm gonna solve it, and then just interrupt it again.
And it just reforms to a pyramid and hits the ground with a thud. Dink.
First time I've ever
The
interrupted
door
you
will
for the
slide
record.
open, and you can just feel fury emanating.
It's the first time I've ever interrupted you, so it's okay. So I say, the man or woman looking to work on transponder has arrived. I think you want to meet them yourself to make sure that we are all comfortable with them doing work.
I'm not comfortable. Is that all?
I'm sorry.
Fine, I will go meet them.
I'm mumbling to myself, does he think I'm messenger?
So when you go down to meet them and you head outside the ship, what you're meted with is a Quarren. A Quarren, in case you don't know what those are, Mandalorian episode 1. They're the guy, the bounty guy that got cut in half. Those are those like tentacle squid face creatures, and he's actually got like a wrist, like I guess you call it like almost like you would in Fallout. I forget what we call it, like Pip-Boy style, but more Star Wars with a holographic screen up front, and he's got just tools all over his belt, and he's got goggles up on his eyes, on his forehead. Yeah, similar to that. Exactly. He walks over to you and he says, "Good to meet you, Rasara is the name," and he just kind of reaches forward to shake your hand.
Varen will shake his hand, but like he can, I don't know. He's not really hiding the fact that he's in a bad mood.
Yeah, the guy doesn't get even like doesn't even try light conversation. Transponder renewal of sorts. This ship, does that sound about right?
I nod.
And what was
fee's
the
gonna
price that you agreed to for this?
Yeah, and he says, "I hope so, because it's 10 grand."
Did you guys discuss price?
We did not.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't like always being the one to discuss price. I just get stuck
This is where
there
you can
'cause
try
nobody
and
else does it.
negotiate now, though.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah.
You wanted to negotiate earlier. You can do that now.
I say
10
nothing.
grand's a bit steep. We'll pay you 5.
Give me a negotiation against 3.
Again, this means nothing to Varen.
Oh god. I think he understands the basics of how a ship is. It's the IFF, man.
Oh,
Why'd
do I
you
have a
roll
force
with a-
thing?
You re-roll. Take the force die out.
Yeah, I don't know what that was weird.
That's
Was
very
it 3
gracious of him.
purples? Was it 3 purples,
Yeah,
right?
3 purples.
I just forgot to take the force.
Are you
dice
trying to
off of it.
coerce? Are you trying to intimidate? Out of curiosity?
No.
No? Okay.
Negotiate.
Your negotiation went dark. You killed him.
With 3 successes, I'll take those 2 as narrative. 5,000 is cheap for my services. I'm clean and I ain't gonna fuck it up. 65.
Fine.
Fine. 6,500. You can transport. You can transfer the credits to, and he gives you account number. Shouldn't take me more than 15, 20 minutes. Just need access on the bridge.
One moment. Idea, and it might be no. Can
He looks to Varen. I don't understand what the hell is he trying to say.
One moment.
Well, he's not gotten to say it yet. Give him a
No. He's like, maybe I missed that. I don't. His accent is too thick.
I will translate for you then.
Thank you.
Do you know how to make a transponder code that can switch?
Can you make a transponder code that switches?
Yes. That's illegal.
Is that a problem?
Not if you have the credits.
Back to the 10
10,000
grand.
credit.
10 grand. That's kind of cheap for what I usually ask for this.
4,000 more than you thought you were walking away with.
Give me another negotiation roll.
I love how
free
this
to
turned
ten.
into like a Han
Against 2
Chewie
purple this
thing.
time around because you've already broken him down once.
Triumph.
What do you say, Mr. Narrative?
I say I leave it to you.
Okay.
He does it for free. He does it for free.
So if you
I'll
just say, then there's your 10 grand, then he would simply agree to that. Fine, 10 grand. I can
And you
get you
don't
one
need to
that
access
switches.
the bridge. You can do it
He
from
gives
the
us the
engine room.
deluxe version.
No, I'll need access to the systems, the computer systems of the ship.
Deluxe version, Wade. Try him.
The
Hmm?
transponder codes are transmitted directly from the bridge, not anywhere else. I need access to the bridge.
Very well.
Is that going to be all right, or should I step away and try and make the best of the rest of my hour?
Just get it done fast.
I am going to, because at this point in time, imagine to whatever degree the Twi'lek and I have made a bit of a relationship because we've worked
Sure,
together for
sure.
a couple days. I'm going to inform her that we are going to be not necessarily standing over his shoulder, but definitely micromanaging from the room.
Sure.
We're going to be watching.
Yeah,
this
you're going to be very,
situation.
very, very watching this guy. Absolutely.
Of course.
So he's actually going to make a couple of rolls here.
I'm
They're
gonna,
not going to be easy rolls. The first one will, the second one will not.
I want to watch through the computer, of course, not through my eyes.
Yeah, to make sure he's doing everything that he said he's going to do.
If he accesses, once he's like out of earshot, I would say to Krasa, If he accesses even one of those files, we don't want him to. He doesn't leave the ship.
I nod.
Okay, first roll. This is just to wipe your transponder codes and replace it with a more stable random one. He succeeds.
Should I give him assistance? Is this something he would take?
If you would like to, you can.
Yeah.
He really doesn't like you, but go for it, man. Like,
By assistance, because we're the same intelligence, I would actually give him technically an upgrade, because that would become 3. It would be my role, 3 yellow and a green.
Mm-hmm.
So I would actually make him a little bit better at it. It's just I don't know how to do this stuff.
We'll just give him a reroll with an upgrade on the first one.
No, because he succeeded.
Yeah, that's true. I just didn't know if you wanted to start fresh.
It's just kind of like
Okay.
as he gets started, I would be like, well, let me see if I can. Can she help
and then for the
too,
next
or
one.
No?
She cannot help
Okay,
you.
that's fine. So he's
Not
now
remotely.
1 green and 3 yellow.
So now, yes, exactly. He's got 1 upgrade, and this is going to go up to 2. He's rolling against 2 purple and 2 red on this last one for proper installation.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck?
I don't think.
Oh,
can
there
we,
it is.
Can we light side this, guys?
No,
We can't light side his roll. Okay.
no, not his roll.
No, I mean, because like the force is with us.
Here we go. And he succeeds with 1 additional advantage. So
See,
for the
that's
better
how,
part,
that's how I roll.
after a little bit of time and a little bit of effort and some assistance from Krasa, an hour or so passes. He kind of sits back. All right, well, it should be all set. He brings you over. He's like, hit this button. It needs about a 5-minute buffer before it can start switching codes. But after that, about every minute, it'll switch transponder codes until you turn it off.
So important thing, because transponder codes do change, like what it is that they identify to be
Yes.
important, because obviously it's
Ships.
illegal. One of them is definitely what this ship is.
Yep.
The other one, we can kind of get the detail together, but more or less.
Basically, I would say come up with 3 alternate ships.
Well, 3. Just so you know, by
Hundreds
rules,
of different ships.
No, but by rules, having 2 transponder codes was like something I allowed you guys to have forever ago when we were doing the evil campaign. That's expensive, just to have 2.
Okay, then give me.
I
then you get
negotiated well,
more.
Scott.
I'm just listen, mechanics of the game.
I didn't know that
Mechanics
was
of the- yeah.
as expensive as it was. So
It's a very expensive. No. I'm just saying having more than 2 is like crazy. So,
right.
I'm not saying it's impossible. Just cool. And I'll apply hard points and everything that he just did to our ship for that. Cool.
Okay.
Awesome.
He very much after finishing his job is ready to just leave. Very curt, short. Transfer the money once he has
Did he
it. He's ready
access
to
the
leave.
computer files at all?
He did not. Not that you were able to tell and didn't have you roll. So as far as you know, no, unless I'm pulling some bullshit on you.
he's
Cool.
pulling bullshit on us.
Well, I hope Nox, we had 3 people that were trying to watch him.
However, I know we're kind of running short on time, and the session is about to come to a close. Before we go to the next scene and the final scene, is there any conversation the 3 of you would like to have alone without any NPCs listening in?
I don't think so. The only thing I want to confirm is that is the ship work, everything we discussed beforehand, done?
Yes,
So
it
I'm
is
going to remove the
finished.
40,000 credits.
Yes,
and
please
we-
do.
Okay.
There is a conversation I want to continue after this guy
Please
leaves.
do.
So, potentially he didn't get into the system to look at the computers, correct? Or to look at the files?
I've worked on it with him. It was clear.
Good. Now, you asked me a question via comms the other day about whether or not the Sith had different splinters. As a rule, yes and no is always true, because Sith are always infighting. But the particular faction I was a part of was different. We had very little interaction with anyone outside of our clan, I suppose you would call us. And we were fully devoted into learning and talking and studying Revan. However, our leader was not telling us everything or was lying. I'm not sure entirely what, but the reason I left, well, many reasons I ended up having to leave in the end, but my pursuit of the true knowledge of Revan was tainted, and I needed to find out the real truth. But we were a separate group from the rest, and I imagine that there are others out there as well. But my knowledge of the main Sith Empire is very limited. And that's why I want to be even more careful when we invite anybody that the Sith work with or know onto this ship. Because we're already being pursued as it is. The less eyes we have on us, the better. But there are very powerful members. And I'm not, at least in this state, equipped to deal with that. So we need to be careful. This transponder code changing was important. That's the only reason I was willing to risk it. But if we work with the Empire in the future, be very careful. Because I could potentially be a bounty to them too. Or at least one faction.
I actually seem visibly disturbed by the idea that you might be a bounty. Like concerns, not like, ooh, but like genuinely concerned.
So, to answer your question, yes. And with that, Varen will kind of turn and start to walk away unless Cross asks him anything.
He doesn't. He just takes it. Okay. Then, Mike, before your scene, then we need to discuss what it was that was fixed afterwards. So,
Sure. Well, we're kind of running low. So the last thing that happens before we fade to black, there was a particular feeling Baron had the last time he was here a few weeks ago about the arrival of a particular somebody that might have arrived somewhere on planet, but we don't know where.
Oh,
And though the answer is brought to your front door every time, a voice shouts outside as the transponder, the guy who changes the transponder codes leaves. He walks by a person in dark attire and a mask. And a female voice just echoes out. Varen, not this time. Come, let's just talk. But before Varen can respond, we'll fade out to black. And we'll pick up next week with a conversation
That
or
should have started
combat.
this week.
Oh,
or combat, depending on how Varen reacts.
we don't have guns on the ship, so I suppose people.
Oh, you have guns on your person.
You're a good boy. Yeah, but ship guns do times 10 damage.
Well, yeah, of course. You would rather have your ship guns at the ready if you want to fight.
Yeah.
I've been asking everybody, like, gun?
Yeah. So let's discuss really quickly, because that's going to be an awesome scene next week. Let's discuss really quickly what was fixed. I know that when we negotiated, and I spent way too much money, when we negotiated, part of the negotiation, clean up the wires for me, that was to increase the system strain by a little bit, the damage. He obviously did so successfully, so I believe, Mike, the system strain, did you say it was going up by 2 or 3 from its...
I think it was 2.
Okay, so it's going from a 15 total threshold to a 17, which is still
Yes.
less than its maximum
Correct.
when it's truly
Correct.
repaired. Cool.
It's better.
I think the other thing you were working on was the speed, the actual speed of the ship is supposed to be a 4. It's currently a 3. That may have been it.
I don't know. It definitely wasn't speed.
Okay, it wasn't speed.
No.
We just got a hyperdrive. We'll be upgrading the hyperdrive to be a little bit better.
I think that was, I
We were
swear the
upgrading-
hyperdrive was getting bumped
There
a
were
little
3
bit.
things. The hyperdrive was one.
Yep.
The
System strain.
it wasn't the shields?
No, the shields are actually already 100% back. Like we fixed.
Okay.
Oh, was it the critical hit? Did he fix the critical
Oh, it might have been the
hit?
critical hit.
There was a
the
critical
power
hit being fixed.
fluctuations.
Yeah.
That's
That
it.
sounds right.
Okay,
That sounds
cool.
right.
So critical hit is fixed. Beautiful. And just to make sure everything is back to how it's supposed to be in this game, I'm going to roll a critical. And it is adding 0 because it's normal. Then I'm going to heal that critical. And just one more time. Yeah, cool. We're perfect. I'm going to heal that one too. Good. So the critical hit was healed. The system strain was increased by 2. And we got our... So just so you guys are aware, now, so the closest Iridian...
Are you talking about Iridonia?
Eridonia. So Eridonia actually does not have a direct path to it, which is a little unfortunate. So we're going to have to go to the next closest system to there, which is within the same grid. And it's on one of the biggest hyperlanes, and that's Anshin, or Ancien.
Okay.
Okay?
We're not in a rush to get rid of this lady anyway. She has something we want.
No, I know. But if we were to travel from here to there directly, not stopping for supplies and whatnot, it would be 94.06 days with the current hyperdrive of 5.
We upgraded it though, right?
That's with the upgrade. Because it's still a long trek no matter what. Because even if it wasn't times 5, you're still looking at whatever that is divided by 5. If you had a military grade, blah, 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 blah. It's still a long-ass trip. And that's just to Ancien. That's not even to her place, which is another jump from there, or a few jumps from there. One of the things I hate about the Star Wars movies is it always makes lights the fucking
Hyperspace.
everything's instant. It's like
Make
boom,
it
we're
look
there.
so fast. Yeah.
It's like no, it actually is like 3-4 weeks later, 2 months later.
The Star Wars world is like equally like fleshed out and shallow.
Yeah,
it's very bizarre.
It's so
It
annoying.
has really deep lore for certain things, and then everything else is just kind of skipped over.
Either way, so cool. We upgraded the ship. I'm gonna update that for the patrons so they can have what the current ship is for them. For their little
Speaking
handout.
of patrons, we actually have to go and record our after show for all the patrons who are the $2 tier and above. So that's what we're gonna go do. We're gonna go talk about the show and the train and the characters met. And then from there, we will post that at the Patreon. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll go around the room. People can find out where people are. We'll start with Scott. Scott, let's go.
Let's see. What am I doing? Wednesday mornings, this morning, do Aurorum Kingmaker. Thursday evenings, Aurorum Thronekeeper. Friday evenings, Aurorum Regicide. They're all Aurorum because it's the name of the planet. That's the name of the world. That's the name of my my homebrew world. All three campaigns are near one another, same timeline, same everything. They do impact one another. So totally check them out. They are very unique. One is in season 3, one is in season 2, one is in season 1, and I don't know. It's just building up. If I could, in a perfect world, I could have a 4th one and maybe call it Aurorum Commodore for Sea campaign. And then I can make Mike play because we're gonna play 7 Seas and Mike can be a captain, and I know he'd love that.
7 Seas, I'd think that's a rule system we still haven't tried.
Or we could do one that takes place in the Barren Lands, and we can see a resurgence of Mortifer. But, he'd be a mountain man or an orc as opposed to an actual half-dragon.
A mountain man.
That's okay. Either way.
Mortifer does not accept anything besides what Mortifer is.
A mountain man.
Which is an
Mountain man.
imaginary creature.
A mountain man in that world.
No. All right. Either way. So thank you. Next.
That's it, Pat. Next, what do you got going on?
Hi, I'm Patrick. I don't know what I've been going. I've been playing a ton of different stuff lately. I've been playing Wolson with Wade. We've been doing 7 Days to Die. I've jumped back into the world of Ark, as buggy and crazy as it is.
Ark is Ark.
Yeah, we've been playing so many games. I don't know. I've been excited for Animal Crossing. I've never played, and I'm ready to just sell my soul to all of the characters. So it's just gonna be a fun time for Animal Crossing. Other than that, yeah, I'm boring. I don't know.
All right. Well, that brings us to Wade, aka Baby Driver. What's up, man?
Hello,
Driver.
I'm the baby
The
that
movie?
drives.
Have you seen Baby Driver?
No,
He doesn't
I
really
have not.
talk, and he just kind of does the driving, but he listens to really badass music the whole time.
That's Wade.
That was Varen today. Just driving the land speeder, listening to Bohemian Rhapsody on the way home. Space Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes.
So I stream on Twitch, Minion777. I'm Lord Minion777 on YouTube. I'm trying to work with Dana to get back to 2 videos a day on YouTube. It's a big undertaking to go back to 2 videos a day and streaming, but I'm going to try to do it. We'll see how that works out. I do have to announce I have a charity stream I'm doing for the Muscular Dystrophy Association. I don't know how many people watched the stream that Tyler and I hosted back in like October, I think it was, for Extra Life. But I will be doing another stream. I don't know if I'll have any help. It might just be me by myself doing a stream at the headquarters again. So I won't be at my normal setup. But I'll be doing like a 5 or 6 hour charity stream on Sunday, March 15th. So 10 days from now. I don't know what my goal will be yet. Might be like 5,000, 10,000 for Muscular Dystrophy Association. So if you guys are free on March 15th, that Sunday, around I think 1 p.m. Eastern would be the start time. I'll be streaming something for probably like 5 or 6 hours trying to raise money. I don't know all of the details yet. We might have some guests on. It might just be me. I don't know yet. But it'd be awesome to have you guys there and have some support.
Should have it $7,777 as your overall.
It's
goal.
hard to think about, like, because I've not really done that for my own channel outside of my setup, so I don't know, like, I don't really know what to expect because I have very little to do with the setup for this one. So I'm hoping it all works out really well. But it would be awesome to have everybody there.
March 15th at what time?
1 p.m. Eastern until I think around 7 p.m. Eastern.
March 15th, 1 p.m. Eastern.
And
He's
if
there.
anybody
March
on the
15th.
planet,
Donate.
Is that
Yes.
sorry? Is that a Monday or a Sunday?
Sunday,
Sunday.
March 15th, I do believe is the date.
Go check it out. Go donate. Thank you very much. We are going to go record an after show,
Oh,
everybody.
hold on. Who are you, and why do we care?
No one cares. Is the
Nobody
thing.
cares. Who are you? Why do we care?
I'm Mathis. You can find me at Mathis Games pretty much everywhere. Obviously here every Wednesday night. I also do Chilluminati podcast. You might have heard of that. Go listen to that. That's always a good time. That's it. That's all I do, man. That's all I do. So we're gonna go
Cuddy,
record
our
the after
favorite.
show. Thank you guys for the support. If you missed the show and you're not a sub, you can sub and catch the VODs immediately. Thank you for all the subs today. If you're a new sub, one of the many who got a new gifted sub, if you are connected to the Discord, jump into the Discord, guys. Go hang out and talk about the show while you're there. It's free to jump in if you're a sub. Otherwise, it'll be the VOD will be on YouTube 24 to 48 hours later. If you want to go above and beyond, you can always check out the Patreon and create characters. Hint, hint. One of the prisoners might be a character patron created. Hint, hint. And also maybe make some cool magic items, quote unquote. Except they're technology, not magic, and except for lightsabers. All right, thanks for watching. We've got to go record an after show. Goodbye, everybody.
Magic lightsabers on the way. Heard. Hold on 1 second. We're gonna raid somebody, so just hold on one moment while we see who we raiding. We are raiding Foxy Doxy, so hold on 1 second while we raid our other Star Wars buddy old pally. 1 second.